Welcome to another conversation on Blesstingz.com.
Glad to have you here on Blesstingz. Just want to get started and ask you where you're from and how you feel that might have affected your music career and influences so far.
Cool. So I'm from a town called Lindenwold, New Jersey. That's where I'm originally from, but I moved around a lot. Um, and I actually think because from moving around a lot and like just meeting a lot of different people, it's influenced like my music a lot because I just like a lot of people say they listen to everything, but
Yeah.
like they never really I think mean it. But like I'm someone who like will tell you that I truly listen to everything just because I've been around so much. So
And
yeah.
what's your, so the people can know what's your music name? Like what do you,
Like Legacy H. That's my artist name. I used to go by DM3. That was the DJ name I used to do when I used to do like EDM stuff in Philly and underground raves and stuff. But Legacy H is the name now.
okay, right on. And do you feel like that your EDM background affects what you're doing now?
Uh, yeah, definitely. That's a good one too, because that's what got me into like getting into Fruity Loops and stuff. I've always been a musician, but what got me into Fruity Loops and creating music was like the whole like house music and dubstep and stuff. So I tried my hand in that. And I don't know. It's hard, man. Making that kind of stuff is a lot harder than I thought. So eventually, I got into lo-fi and like learning about sampling and the SP404 and like all these different guys. So I started getting into that a little bit more, and like that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, it definitely influenced it because that's where I started with making music in general, like production wise.
Right on. And
Yeah.
who do you feel like some of your biggest influences are, like who you listen to the most and who you try to take, like a little bit of their style from, or do you even have any influences?
Yeah, so I definitely got a couple, and they range a little bit. So I was the first two people out bands, I guess you would say I would start off with Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd. Big influences, like the way they, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but all the just weird stuff that they do with their music, I've always liked that. I don't like the traditional like everything's on beat, stuff like that. I like it when like everything's just crazy sounding, but like so good and so smooth at the same time. So like them, I don't know if I'll ever be able to recreate anything like them, but like they're definitely an influence. As far as like on the lo-fi hip hop side or like more like I guess contemporary side, up to date, I would definitely say Nujabes, even though RIP's been passed for a while. But his music has definitely super influenced me. Once I heard him and watched Samurai Champloo and got into lo-fi a little bit more and stuff and the history of it, I was just like instantly hooked. Um, I would definitely say Ginseng. He's a good influence. BSDU, I was listening to him like since the beginning. Evie, that's like some of the like legends everybody knows about. So yeah, just to name a few, I guess.
Right on, man. And what do you have any specific goals with your music career?
Yeah, so I actually want to eventually, even if I didn't become like successful, my name's not out there, whatever. As long as I can get a job somewhere, that's kind of what I'm looking for, to be like a producer, even if it was like a ghost producer, just making money, able to take care of my family. Like I don't have a wife, I don't have no kids, but like just so me and her can go around, and I can travel with her. But obviously, I want to do shows. Ever since I dropped like the DJ name, I've established myself as Legacy H. So I haven't done shows in a while, but I'm kind of ready to get back on that a little bit more. And I also want to get involved in making video game like horror music for like horror video games and stuff like that. I played Alien Isolation for the first time like 6 months ago, and the soundtrack I just instantly fell in love. Like everything about it when you're walking through that game, I don't even know. I don't even know who the producers are. I should look them up, but like man, it's like and you're just in it. It's so immersed. So I was like, man, I gotta do that. I want to be able to like be a part of someone's project where I can make people feel completely immersed just by music alone. You know what I mean? And then you add the gameplay on top of that. So I'm trying
That's
to get involved in that.
pretty interesting, man. I was reading an article just the other day about how video game music is produced to keep you like keep you aware and and,
Yeah,
and in it. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
specifically made to for like certain type of mindset. So it was saying like if you feel tired at work, that to put on like a video game soundtrack to try to, you know, stay like focused is they did studies that helps. And I
That's
thought
crazy.
that was wild, man. I never would have thought about it. It makes perfect sense, but you know, I just some stuff that I was scrolling past, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Let me check it
Yeah,
out.
man, I believe it. After playing Alien Isolation, that's definitely a game where like there's so many audio cues in there, along with like just this like crazy like sounding like music, but like I don't know. It's just I can't even explain it. That's how good it is. So like everything you just said, that has that in that game too.
Oh yeah, man. And is there any specific like process that you have when you're making your beats? Do you go about it like a certain way, or you just kind of let it flow? Could you explain your process a little bit?
Yeah, so I usually start off like just looking for a sample, like whether it's like with records or like I got this little tape recorder I can use. Um, I'll do that. You know, how I got everything connected to the SP404 like every lo-fi person has now. But like, you know, I'm using that. Once I find the sample that I want, you know, I'll mess with it a little bit. I try to add some effects to it just to get it to where like I can get a rhythm out of it. And then I always like, for some reason, I love working on my intros first. Even it's like it makes sense, obviously, but like I don't know, some people I can switch it up. But intros for me are just like once I can get that down, I can have like a solid intro. Whether I like use like a some kind of like audio dialogue or like just anything like that. Once I get it down, it's like everything just falls into place. It seems like I don't know how to put it, but that's just kind of it's like a puzzle almost. But as long as I can find the right piece, like the right starting piece, and that's usually the intro for me, I'm good. Everything else just like flows right out of it. And I could like some of the tracks I got on Spotify, I can say I busted them out in like probably like 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? Like I was one of those people that felt like you need to spend like months on like one track. And once I got myself on Spotify, I was like thinking I was trying to do that in the beginning. I'm like, all right, I want to send this to the label, but like, you know, I'm like, I want to give it like 2 months. And then nah, some of them came out in like 5 days, sent them over, and then like you know, like a month later it was out on Spotify. It's crazy. So
Yeah, and sometimes like artists we can tend to get in our own way. You know, a
yeah,
lot of times that like initial feeling is lost if you drag on for 3, 4, 5 days like on, you know, like just critiquing yourself. You know,
yeah,
it's like a lot of times, man, when you're good, you're good. That first initial gut feeling that you was creating, like, is
yeah,
usually the best way to go. And then obviously you want to like, you know, fine tune it. But I feel like a lot of times people have really great stuff and they're like their own worst enemy. It's like you'll hear it and be like, oh, that's great, and they're like, nah, it's not finished yet. You know,
yeah, yeah.
oh, it ain't finished. It's like, dude, it sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, that's really how it is, man. Especially like when you got like homies, you know, you might chill, go sit out in the car with them for a while, you playing shit for them, and then all of a sudden the same thing, man. They just tell you, you be like, what, bro? Like, for real? You think this is good? Like, nah, I was about to trash this one, bro. What you mean?
Yeah, dude, I feel that for sure. Do you have any you know, you said like one of your first things you do is you know, a lot of times look for samples. It's like, do you have any like specific vinyl or like specific genre that you go looking for first? Because great thing about sampling is you can flip it however you really want it, you know?
Yeah, true. So I usually go for like obviously I go for like old timey jazz, like anywhere from like the 50s to the 60s. Or I look for disco. That's something else I like to do a little bit. I like to make vaporwave. So I kind of look for disco samples, but sometimes the disco samples they just turn in like really good like lo-fi hip hop samples. So like it kind of works out both ways when I'm looking for disco, which is really nice because it's just so chill. It's like house music, but just like more relaxed.
Right.
And once you could flip, you know, if you could flip that, throw some drums over it, like some old school hip hop drums, like I don't know, something it's like real, just nice. It's real smooth together like that. So
That's where hip hop started, was the disco drum breaks, like
that's
looping,
true.
you know?
That's true. Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense, man. There's like my girlfriend has like a epic record collection, and like going through that thing is like I can't just like enjoy the music. It's like I'll get like halfway through the first song, I'm like, oh, there's like There's great sample. I gotta go and cut this real quick.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then, oh man, I know that feeling. Sometimes then you do it, and then you might mess with it for like a good 30 minutes, and you're like, never mind. I just put it away. I do that all the time, man. I got a whole folder of just stuff like 10 seconds long, 20 seconds long, all that kind of stuff.
Oh man, for sure. Do you have any specific project that's your favorite that you released so far? Is there something like, yo, that one like means something?
Yeah, so I got two actually. So the first one would be Xmas Bops that I did that last year. Obviously, it's like a Christmas lo-fi thing. That was the first time I've released something that I saw like significant numbers. You know, for like an artist, I'm only at like, you know, like 100,000 or not 100, 1,600, yeah, 1,600 followers. Like I'm right around there. Couldn't get my words out. So like, you know, I didn't see like a million or nothing like that, but like I think the album was at like 25,000, and like people were still listening, but it's not like going up like it was. And then Interstellar Sounds, that was one that I did. That was more like an EP. That one was like kind of like personal because like, you know, I don't write lyrics or anything like that, but if you make beats and stuff, I feel like you could kind of hear when there's like a pain, like a pain to a beat. You know what I mean? Like somebody put their heart in that, and it's a little emotional. So Interstellar Sounds was like, that's kind of the album I did out of emotion, that like I was going through like a rough time, and like I don't know, I just felt like I was lost in outer space a little bit and just kind of in my own world for a while. And then I actually have a follow-up to that called Ace Pilot. I haven't put it out yet, but it's like all entirely synthwave, like everything, all the tracks. There's no lo-fi hip hop, so I'm like kind of waiting to put it out, but at the same time I'm kind of like, why not? You know what I mean? What am I waiting for? So we'll see. But Xmas Bops 2, I'm working on that right now, so that's coming up. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, do you know when we can expect any of this stuff, or you just, you know?
Xmas Bops 2, that'll be out probably Thanksgiving Day, like I did last year. If not Thanksgiving Day, definitely the first week of December. Like I say, Ace Pilot, that's more of like a, I don't know. This is actually the first time I'm really talking about it with anybody, so that's still like kind of like on the low a little bit. I'll probably, if I ever do it, I was thinking about doing it on SoundCloud, because I know I got a couple people who follow me on there for just my vaporwave stuff. So if I do it, I might do it on SoundCloud, just be totally for free. You know, nobody has to have Spotify or iTunes, right? That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Put it on Bandcamp or something like that, make it free, just so it could get passed around. So we'll see.
If you don't share it, then we'll never know.
Yeah, right?
Like you gotta share it and let it do its thing. Good music, you know, like gets its own legs. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's facts.
like if it's good, people will like it, it'll spread. And
Mhm.
what's the point of making it if you're not gonna like share it with people? Even if it doesn't have like a big following, it's like, you know, you might have like 3 people that bump that in their car all the time. That's
Yeah.
me, that they enjoy it to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely, because I only heard your lo-fi stuff. I'm really interested to see like what else you could make now that you told me you're into EDM stuff in the past. Now you do synthwave shit. Like, then I'm interested, man.
Yeah, man, that EDM stuff. We used to do parties out in Philly, like little warehouse parties and stuff like that, like 1,000 people, 1,500 people sometimes, big ass subwoofers, trap music, like that shit used to get crazy, bro. That was a crazy time. But like I said, it just was like, I don't know. I got a little bit older. I guess I'm 28 now. You know, I got a little bit older, and like lo-fi just became such a chill thing. I like to chill out a little bit too. But yeah, I know when I'm ready, I'll get something to you. I'll let you be the first person to hear it.
Right on, man. Do you think that there's like, you're gonna do shows with your synthwave stuff?
Yeah, I'm planning.
To do?
Yeah, I'm actually planning on doing that. Like I said before, I was just using turntables, just DJing for a while, and I kind of felt like people were just seeing me just as a DJ. I grew up playing guitar, I can sing, I do all this other stuff too. But like, so now I have a microKORG, I got my turntables, I got the SP. So I'm like looking at everything, and I'm like, all right, I got a couple components to do something. So now I'm at a point where like, I'm trying to like get it all together, like how I want to do it wise, because I have a good catalog of just like lo-fi songs. I got a couple synthwave songs I could just spin real quick on the turntables, but like I want to be able to like play it live on the Korg while I got something being looped. You know what I mean? Like just, yeah, like those kind of things, and just have it all together, you know? So soon, eventually, I'm thinking by Hopefully next year we'll start doing live shows. Once I just want to make sure I'm like such a not perfectionist, but like I like to make sure everything is lined up how I want it to be, so it can be executed the right way. So,
That's that, man.
I like
Well,
to plan.
we definitely look forward to it. I look forward to your new lo-fi stuff, anything that you're gonna be doing live, the synthwave, all that stuff, man. What I've heard so far, I enjoy. So we definitely look
Thanks.
forward to it. You know, definitely share it with us, and I'll put it out on on the website, share it on social media. Always, like we want to make sure to build this community where like people is like we're all stronger together, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
hopefully in the long run, it's like we could have like a lot of artists sharing each other's stuff, just because the one thing they have in common is that they were on the website.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
bro. If you're interested, check out I got a playlist called Chill Beats for Chill People, and it started off with just like songs that I had on my Spotify that I put together, but then I got part of the like Lofi HipHop Reddit. I
yeah,
just started posting there, like they got the little weekly, playlist submission. I started posting to that, and I noticed a lot of people were posting, but you had to do like the tone den and sign in and like give them your Spotify account and do all this stuff. And I was like, bro, like why isn't no one just like posting and being like, yo, I'm just going through submissions, like just post them here and like I'll add you. I
yeah,
started doing that, bro, and we're almost at like 100 likes on the playlist. We're at 94 likes now, and like the whole playlist now is like it's got to be at least like 98% the community. There's probably like a couple songs on there by like Nujabes or like BSDU or something like that, but that's expected. But like literally everything is just made up of all these different artists, so it's kind of like I'm resonating with what you're saying. Like we're all in this together, bro, and like lo-fi has definitely come up as a genre in the last couple of years, and I think like it's just going to keep coming up. I feel like a lot of rappers now are starting to get on it. You're starting to hear. I mean, you've always heard these beats on the radio, but like I
yeah,
feel like it's coming back in a different type of way. People are starting to enjoy it again. Those type of old school like Wu-Tang beats and stuff like that. People
yeah.
are starting to like it again. So
I feel like in the lo-fi community, there's a lot of a lot of younger people getting into it. So it's like a new take on it.
yeah,
Like when Wu-Tang started doing the Shaolin stuff and like the little Bruce Lee edits and things like that, that was like brand new to hip hop, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
now, like as much, where we're all connected and stuff, you got kids that are super into anime and all these different things, and they're able to like add those little twists of what they personally like into the lo-fi music.
Like that's been crazy, bro. Hearing like all these different like DJ Young Vamp, like shout out him, like his stuff is crazy. Like and that stuff I know for that's gotta be getting plays from the younger crowd nowadays, because that's like right up. It's like a good mix of like the lo-fi hip hop world, but like this straight up like hard trap world, like all together, and it's like just it's a chill mix. It really is.
Nice, man. So I wanna transition a little bit here and wrap up with two questions. Have nothing to do with music, but we like to, always think about what we do have instead of what we don't have. So I'd like to ask you, man, what are you most grateful for in your life?
Hmm. So I would say so. I have the word hope tattooed on me, and like the idea of hope is probably what I'm most grateful for, because like I grew up like moving around a lot and just seeing a lot of bad things, but like I've always had hope for the future, and I was always able to kind of just like just know what I want as I've gotten older. Like I don't know, and I made sure like I'm making sure now, I'll say that I'm making sure now that I'm getting the things I want. Like I've been traveling more. I just came back from Central America with my wife. We got these plans to go back there, like just all this different stuff. And like hope is definitely what has drove that for my life. Like the idea of hope and just going for it and having hope for the future.
Nice. What country did you go to?
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
I never
amazing.
been, man. What do you like? What do you say about it? What was your favorite thing about going there?
I'll tell you, we've been talking to a lot of people about it, so I'll give you the short version. Uh, We actually went like a home down there that they take in orphan boys. They're called the Nick Evangelists. It's run by this guy named Jed. They learn how to do street performance. They call it street tricking, but like, and they do breakdancing too. So what they do when they learn these like moves and stuff like that, they put together a routine. Then they come to America, tour America, like different churches and just areas and stuff like that, and like earn money for themselves because down there, earning money is a little rough down there. People down there sometimes only make $15 a week. Things. So we went down there, helped them. We painted up their house. We cooked them food, did all these different things. And now, me and my wife, because we don't really have no kids, we're kind of just at that point where we want to move out. We're actually going to build a house there in May.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so you could build a house really cheap down there. We were kind of presented with a unique opportunity with the guy who owns the property and stuff. So we're going to do that, and we're going to go down there and kind of like, I'm still going to make music and do that, but I'm just switching locations. And I'm going to be like, instead of having the normal day-to-day job, I'm going to be helping them out. I'm teaching those kids how to do music. I ride BMX too, so I'm going to like build them a track and stuff. I'm not like crazy good or nothing like that, but I could teach them something. So we're going to do stuff like that. My wife's a painter. She does art and stuff like that. She's going to teach them English. So yeah, it's probably a crazy answer more than you expected, but that's what's happening in my life right now.
That sounds really exciting. I'm happy for you.
So like I said, hope. Hope for the future, man. You got to manifest what you want. So
for sure, man. That's incredible. And so I guess, I mean, you probably got something good for this next question. If you could leave us with one piece of advice, what would that be?
Don't be afraid to like just switch it up. Don't be afraid to go out there and like, don't just do the norm. Don't just follow the norm. If you want to do that, that's cool. But like, don't follow the norm. Go out there and get it. If you got dreams, whatever that dream is, like go out there and pursue that, because you're never gonna really know what's gonna happen. I've been pursuing this music thing for a long time, and it's like taking me to a bunch of places. I'm not saying that that's not driving the reason why I'm about to go move and change my life now, but like, it's kind of part of it. I'm going to be in a different area, and I was already down there showing people my music and stuff, and you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? Like, just definitely go out there and just go get it. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams, for real.
Yeah, man, that's good advice. It'll be interesting to see how living there affects what you start making.
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like shout out to Cooking Soul too, because I feel like his beats, I've been listening to them ever since I came back from Nicaragua, because I'm like, all right, like I want to learn Spanish a little bit more, so I'm trying to listen to more Spanish music. I know his beats, and like he makes like a lot of songs too with a bunch of Spanish rappers. So like I didn't want to just go listen like, oh, Bad Bunny and that's it, because everyone listens to Bad Bunny. He's good, but I'm like, let me go hear some other stuff. So I've been listening to Cooking Soul a lot. I'm like kind of thinking, I'm like, dang, bro, I kind of want to like flip some samples like he does. They're just so like, they got this like Spanish like vibe to it, but like it's still like the hip hop vibe is it's good. I like what he does.
Hey man, if you're interested in Spanish music, they're pretty popular, but not like Bad Bunny popular. If you're into like reggae, there's this band called Cultura Profética. Like, dude, they're amazing, bro. Like I'll send you a link and stuff. It's to me like their musicality, like especially live, people who are good at playing their instrument is always better live than like on the studio cut. So
Yeah.
man, I've been a fan for a while, and I just got to see them like for the first time maybe like 2 weeks ago, and dude, they lived up to all my expectations. So
Yeah,
definitely check them out, man. Like I said, I'll send you a link, and I definitely look forward to hearing all the stuff that you're gonna be releasing around Thanksgiving, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Definitely.
Yo, thank you for sitting down with us, and send me any link of what you want me to share, and any of the shout outs, like the thing that you guys do down in Nicaragua, anything you want me to shout out when I write up the article, just send me some links, okay?
All right, yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate that a lot. I'll send that link over for him, because for them, like, promoting them, they're in the same boat as us. Like the guy, the only way they really make money is off of like making videos on YouTube and showing what the boys are doing, and like seeing, you know, showing that there's life actually to be had down there, and like people really help out with that. So I appreciate that a lot. I'll definitely send those links over too.
For sure, man. Well,
Yeah.
thank you again and take care. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Be safe, man.
All right. Peace.